Okay, I'm going to have to make this short and sweet because my battery is already dying. And I cannot believe how warm and bright it is at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, for people who've been following my saga of my life, this video might be both like it's about time and also very disappointing. Just to warn you ahead of time. My son has finally signed a lease and he's moving into an apartment. Just to recap, he was basically taken out of my house last October because he assaulted me while driving again, and it was a matter of, at that point he's 18, different ball game, whole different ball game. One time, that's it. There's Pops. There's Pix. She's the one making the noise. They were like, that's it. This final straw. And that's when he went into shelter. October, what is this? This is July. So, like 8 months ago? Something like that? Wait, I don't know. A long time ago. And for months and months, he has had a voucher. Now, my son is a teenager. He's disabled. He has autism. And he is technically homeless because he is living at a shelter and he can't come home because he can't control himself. So he's had a voucher for months and months and months and just decided that he wants to live in the shelter and, because they feed him and everything and gets to do whatever he wants, and he's perfectly cool with that. Well, I think the last straw was somebody stole his Switch. He's like, okay, that's enough. He needs out. So he signed a lease and he's moving in this Friday. And then, of course, immediately he called me up and said, Mom, now you need to pay. Because he's moving into an apartment, he needs all new furniture. And I'm like, oh my God. Because literally he called me 10 minutes after I made my final payment on my next trip, which is 4 weeks away or something. Which I suppose I should if I remember, I'll put the links to Instagram and Patreon if anybody wants to see that stuff. And he's like, furniture and everything. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Let me rearrange my whole life so that I can squeeze my budget and get these things that you need. Because, he can't just, sit on the floor in an apartment or whatever. And then he called me back and he said, well, he's actually eligible for furniture. They're going to give him furniture for this apartment. Again, it helps that he is a teenager and disabled and homeless. So I guess he's getting like all kinds of furniture, like bed and table and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, then you need all the other stuff, towels and silverware and cleaning agents and stuff like that. What, Pop? He just wants to wait a second. And he insists he can get that. That's cheap at some other later time. And so he says, but I need clothes. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because a million years ago, when he said he was going to get an apartment, I said I would set aside, say, $1,000 or something for him, assuming that he was going to need all furniture and all the stuff to get an apartment going. And then he's like, okay, well, just going to give me the money. And I was like, there's no way in hell. Because, no, I don't, I would want him to spend it on... I told him to get me a list on Amazon and I would buy it and have it sent to him. No. So, I guess it's yesterday. Because it's the middle of the night. So, yesterday. Today to me, I haven't been to bed yet. I was like, okay. I actually see your point, because he's been in a very bad situation, and, you wear the same clothes, it sort of brings that along with you. And it's like, okay, let's go shopping, get you some clothes. Oh, I guess this is going to be a short walk. They keep yelling for me. And so I went in to the town where he's at and picked him up. And he immediately starts screaming at me as soon as he gets in the car, yelling and screaming. And I'm like, you gotta stop, kid. You can't scream at me like Pixie's doing. Or you gotta get out. I can't have you screaming at me. And then he literally jumped at me and grabbed me, and he was trying to get my phone. This is something he's always done. He's, that's the reason he's getting my phone. Duh. Is because he doesn't want me making calls on it. The only people I would call is the police. So he was preparing in his head to really come after me. And I was driving the car at the time. And I just lost it. I was like, kid, you're an idiot. You're being an idiot. 3 times he's done this in the past. Twice led to extensive hospitalizations. The first hospitalization was a month, the second one was 2 months, and then an additional 9 months out of the house where he was not allowed to live with me. And then the third time he was given this option to be arrested or go live in a shelter, but he can't live with me anymore because the police really don't give a shit if he just assaults me. But if he's doing it in a way that would then make it possible that we would then cause injury to other people, like for instance if he assaults me while I'm driving and I have a car accident, that's when the police are upset. And I just couldn't believe he did it again. And I'm like, okay. Stop to turn the car on, and he's like, and just completely total change of his demeanor. Okay, I'm not yelling anymore. You're really going to do this, right? We're going to go buy the clothes. I was like, no. He's like, I'm not yelling anymore. I'm like, I don't care. This Thursday, he was going to come to my house overnight and basically spend the entire time packing. I mean, he's got crap he needs out of my house. There's no question about that. I don't know about him coming and staying overnight. I definitely know he won't do any work that he's supposed to be doing there. He's supposed to be packing his stuff up, whatever it is that he needs to take with him. He won't do it. He'll come home, hook up his computer, be lost to that, and scream like a maniac nut if I get near him, and how dare I tell him what to do. So I think that's awesome. I don't know. I think it's fantastic that he is going to be in his own apartment. If he remembers to pay the rent, he's had a phone bill, and every single month that he's had his own cell phone, that he split it off from mine. It was on my account. He wanted to have his own credit. Okay. Every single month he's either bummed money from people because he ran out. Now he's on disability, so he gets money in the beginning of the month. So he's either run out of money or bounced a check every single month. So how he's also supposed to be paying rent out of this money and also supposed to be paying food out of this money? Whatever. But he sees me the only thing I'm useful to him at all is as a source of cash. And that's not happening. You know? Not happening. Up here comes Perry. Is that Perry? No, it's Poppy. Coming from the woods. Anyway, so I'm kind of annoyed with that. Kind of annoyed with myself because I was like stunned with this kid. And he even said to me, well, you've said it before. You always say that. That doesn't mean anything. It's like, I wish I really could be done with the kid. I mean, I can never be done with a kid is what I mean. I just remember him. I mean, he'll have a song on the radio. And I'll remember what he was like, you know, before puberty hit. Everybody warned me it would be terrible. And that he was having a very delayed puberty and it would be terrible. And I was like, no, he's doing okay. It's because it hadn't hit yet. Anyway, but I'm sorry, it's I can't even speak, it's the middle of the night. Kvetching about what has gone on with the kid. There's lots of creepy bugs out. I think those are spiders. No, I don't think those are spiders. What the hell are those? You know, I don't think I really want to know. Come on, cat. Oh, he's eating grass. It's nice out here. But yeah, so I guess, I had started, when he went to college, I started cleaning the place out. Because he kept telling me he wasn't going to come back. He wouldn't see me again. And I was like, okay, whatever. Little did I know that would have been the best for me. I was so mourning when he left for college. And now I'm like, it's so harsh, but it's so true. I need him to go away, like, I don't know, really go away and to not have anything to do with me. As sad as it would be, I used to spend every second worrying about him, wondering what he was doing, and I never do that at all anymore. At all. I don't wonder at all. You know, it comes to a point when you've been abused so much that you just have to cut your losses, you know? And I don't know, I think it's awesome. He's going to be 18 and in his own apartment. I think I was 23 the first time I had my own apartment, by myself. I don't think he's going to be staying there long. I think that either he's going to be not paying the rent or evicted for not cleaning it. Do you hear this cat? Anyway, that's the update, and again, it's spectacular that he's in his own apartment, but I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are disappointed. I said I was going to cut my losses with this kid, and I tried. He would literally call me to get me to call back saying, it has to do with my housing. And it's always, yeah, but I need money, Mom. And it's like, well, I just have to suck it up and I don't know why she's yelling at me. I just have to do it. Anyway, at least he's out of the shelter. So, if he can get out of the shelter, he can get into this place, and then leave me the hell alone, it'll kind of be a miracle. I think this is wild how there's Queen Anne's lace absolutely infesting this entire hill, even though there's people living here. So anyway, is it still running? Wow, I thought this phone was gonna die. Yeah, that's the update. My kid has an apartment, which means that I can say for sure, haha, that he's out for good. I mean, when I left, I was out for good. I never went back. My mother moved in with me because she became homeless, but I never moved back home. So I feel like, I'm not being an idiot, I feel like this is it. And it's just like, God, I just hope this little bit of reality, big reality check he's going to have. I hope he comes to his senses. I don't understand how his brain works, that he is literally biting the hand that feeds him. Because I bought him lunch too. Like, he didn't bite me, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, when it's so extreme, it's like nearly a caricature. Then I can see that it's not my fault, I didn't cause it, and I don't deserve to be treated this way. I mean, not that way. Come on. And I don't understand how anybody thinks they can abuse me and then get me to do things for them. Now, my mother did it on a much more subtle basis. I mean, I don't know. Bad habit? I don't know. I don't know anything about my kid other than him being violent and abusive to me now. Period. I mean, everything has been cut out of my life. He doesn't. That scared the hell out of me. I wonder what that was. Cats spitting at each other, maybe? Huh, what's that noise, guys? What is the deal? Anyway, I don't know. I hope that he truly, saves it all up for me, and that I really hope I am the cause of it, and that he's not going to have this urge to be abusive to people, and if I'm not there, he'll find somebody else to be abusive to. That's what's happened in the past. I can delude myself. I can pretend that's not going to happen, right? Hear these stupid frogs? Now they'll shut up because I acknowledge them. Anyway, it's out of my hands. Stupid frogs. So, yeah. Might be the last string that's cut. And maybe 10 years from now he won't. Even if he realizes that this mistreatment is so out of line and so inappropriate. Because you know what he remembers? He remembers me saying, God, are you an idiot? That's what he remembers. Because that's what I said to him. Because he was being an idiot. And he's like, I'm abusive for saying that. I'm like, generally people react when you're physically abusive toward them and you attack them. That is life. That's how life works. That's how people operate. people don't go, oh, that's sweet of you, that you feel like you can attack. 1, 2, 3 cats? Alright, I have to corral these cats, and I have to get them past frogs, because they're going to go after frogs. Which means I'm going to have cats that are drenched from trying to fish the frogs, which has definitely happened. And they're on that side of the street, and I have to get them over here away from those frogs before they all decide to go swimming. So that's the update. Bye.